let's see, I have two questions here on the Q&A. And the first question is how to add a confirmation on a purchase. So you guys know this is referencing the NinjaTrader app. So on the NinjaTrader, how you add confirmation on a purchase is by going on your control center, right? You go on your control center and you just go to here to tools. I'm gonna go to options or settings. You're then gonna go to trading under the categories. And then right here on the general, it's gonna say confirm order placement. You hit apply, hit OK. And what that's gonna do is that now when you go to place an order and try to buy this market, it should ask me for confirmation. Okay, now this is the confirmation right here. And then if I want to disable it, I just hit disable, hit yes, and there's my order. So now I click disable, so I disable this. So now I hit buy by ask, it's gonna buy without confirmation. So that's how you turn it on and off. I typically like to have it off. I want it to be submitted immediately. I don't want to confirm on whether I want to buy or sell. So that's pretty much how you can toggle that on and off based on your preference. Let's see. Next question is, in a funded account, how can I set up a trade for futures with a stop and lost and stop gain? Okay, so I think that's referencing how can you set up a strategy on NinjaTrader. The strategy here in your order ticket, right? If you have your order ticket on your chart trader, you will notice that it says ATM strategy here. You need to create a strategy in order to have your take profit and your stop loss limit orders in place when you do enter a trade. So notice I enter a trade, contract, I buy, and it automatically puts my sell limit and for my take profit, and then it puts my sell limit down here for my stop loss. The way that you do that is very simple. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a whole new strategy. So I'm going to close this trade, and we're going to go to custom. Okay, so you will get this little window here, and the way that I'm going to set this up is just going to be just try to make it like basic, 1 or 2 contracts. Let's do 2. Let's do 2 because I want to show you a couple things here. This is how I set up a strategy to buy 2 contracts, and you could do several things here. You can have the 2 contracts have the same stop loss or the same take profit, or you can have each contract have different stop losses and different take profits. So I'm going to show you both. This is 2 contracts, 1 target. Notice that this 1 target, 2 quantity, 2 contracts. Stop loss, let's say I'm gonna place stop loss at 100, or let's do actually good. Let's just do 80, and let's do like 160 for take profit. So I'm risking 80 points or 80 ticks to make 160 ticks. And I hit OK. You might want to save this, and let's just leave it like that. ATM 1. Yes, okay. So now when I use this strategy to buy, and I want to buy in, it's going to put a limit order for 2 contracts at 80 ticks from my entry, and it's going to put the take profit at 160 ticks, which is double my risk, above my entry. So 160 ticks here and 80 ticks down here on the sell. Now, the way that you can change these and have each contract at different stop losses and different take profits is we're going to close this so I can show you. We're going to go edit that ATM1, And then we're gonna go from one target, we're gonna add here. So now I have two targets, but one of them is set to 2 and for 2 contracts, and the other one is set for 1, but I only have 2. Overall is 2 contracts, so each target needs to be 1 for this to make sense. It's 2 contracts, 1 target is gonna be 160 tick. Let's say I want to leave a runner, right? I want to close one contract at 160 tick, and I want to leave a second contract a little bit further. Let's say like 200 ticks. Let's say I just want to keep the same stop loss, so I just keep that the same. And something I do like to do is I like to go click this more drop down, and I like to have my stop limit orders for stop losses. I'll leave that there and I'll hit OK. I'm going to get into this next trade. I'm going to buy it. Now I have 2 separate take profit levels, and then I have both of them in the same stop loss. This is a way how you would enter a trade, and then you would leave a 2 different take profits. So as price goes in your favor, one contract will be closed, and if price continues to go higher, then you can choose whether you want to move your stop to break even and let the runner continue going. If perhaps it goes higher, you can get that second take profit up here. That's pretty much how I set it up. If you want to have these together, you can actually click and drop it one on top of the other, and it would combine them together. Now, if you want to separate them, I don't think you could do that, but I do know that you can go here, select one contract, and you can right click here, set it up, and select a limit order. And this is kind of like separating it. Okay, so once it hit this first one, it's still gonna leave that runner back up there at the house. I don't know if that makes sense. So I'll show you what happens when price takes this contract out. It should leave one sell stop here and one sell limit here. So let's go ahead and boom, right there. So now it just went back down to 1 here and 1 here. So I closed one contract there. And that's pretty much how you set it up. But it's very simple. You just go to ATM strategy. You go to custom. You select how many contracts you want your strategy to buy. So I want to buy 5. And then you select how many targets. Do you want all of them to be in the same target, or you want 5 different profit targets? It's all up to you. Just add. If you want more than one, just add another one and add another one. And then you can essentially have it looking like this. Just gonna do an example here. 80, let's have this one 100, let's have this one 120, let's have this one 140. And so now I just did 5 contracts, 2 of them on the first target, and then one at 100 ticks, another one at 120, and 100 at 140 ticks away from my entry. So I'll hit OK. Go ahead, save it. What? 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's correct. Stop loss 2 must be greater. Okay, stop loss 2. Okay, so these is talking about these. I left them at 1. So that's what it was reminding me of. I need to move my stop away from the entry. And then you can go ahead and save it. Add the money to, save, overwrite it. So now when you enter, it'll have multiple take profit levels, and you can click and move them to where you like them to be. And you can go, like I said, you can go back and combine them, put them together. You just have to click and drop it on top of one another until it kind of like adds them together. It may take a couple of tries. There we go. So that's how you do that. All right. So Janet, what's your question? Are you still here? what is the difference between buy market and buy ask? Okay, so the difference between the two. Okay, so I'll show you this. So if I tell this order ticket to buy however many contracts I want to purchase, let's say I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm just going to do one contract. And I tell it, hey, I want to buy one contract, but I don't really care where I'm entering this trade. I want to make sure I get entered into this trade as quickly as possible. Then I'm going to select buy market. Okay, so here I am selecting buy market. You can either do sell or buy, doesn't matter. Let's just do sell for this one. So let's say sell market. So what it just did right now is it just entered me at whatever limit price, whatever the price is currently at. Okay, so a buy ask or sell ask is going to enter you at the ask price. Okay, the ask price, I look at it as being like a little bit of a discount, but it's not really that much of a discount that's gonna make a big difference. It's gonna get you in a slightly at a better entry. So you will notice if I hit sell ask, you might see a limit order there before it actually enters the trade. So you see this limit order, then it enters the trade. Whereas in sell ask, it just enters the trade. Okay, so the sell ask is gonna put a limit order at the ask price, and the sell market is just gonna get whatever price. The reason this matters is because if let's say the market is very volatile, let's say the market's opening and it's moving like crazy, it's just going crazy. If you hit sell market, okay, let's say market's going wild, it's up here and it's about to go down. Let's say you hit sell market, and by the time you click the button, the price just jumps like this and then goes like this. Now, what can happen with the sell market is it could put your entry in all the way down here, because at the time that you hit the sell market button, market was so volatile, it was very sporadic, and then at the time you hit the button, it just happened to be at the same time the market just moved very erratically, right? So it put your entry down here, and now you enter the trade and you already at a loss because your entries, you just got a bad fill in your entry. Okay, so what happens with sell market is if market's up here, right, let's say market's up here, and then you hit sell market, it's gonna put your limit order there. So if the market does have a moment where it's very volatile and sporadic, and it jumps like that, what is going to happen is going to leave your limit order back up here, even though price jumped. So for you to get filled, you have to wait for price to return back to where you clicked buy or sell ask, and then it's going to fill your order. So the only warning I would give is be careful if you sell or buy market and the market is volatile and just moving very, very quickly, right? It's just moving very fast. Usually it's better just to get limit orders on the chart and then just drag them and put them where you want to enter. That way you get a better fill. I hope that kind of answers your question. Do you have anything else? Are you still here? Oh, okay, cool. Okay, does that make sense? Because sometimes the price can sort of jump, like it'll move very fast and it'll twitch, like it'll poof, like real fast. And if you hit sell market, it can end up selling your putting your entry all the way at the bottom of the move, and now you just, when you wanted to sell, maybe it was up here. Maybe you're like, oh man, I wanted to enter here, but now I hit sell market, and this program put me all the way down here. Well, now you know why. It's because you hit sell market, and the market was moving very sporadic, and then you just didn't get a very accurate entry. So you either have to wait for market to slow down and, you know, slow its pace, and or find its balance and then sell market, or just try to get a limit order on the chart and then enter that one. So for instance, I can say, okay, if the market comes down here, I'm going to place a limit sell, and it's going to enter me, hit this check mark, and it's going to enter me when price gets here, rather than me wait for it to get there and then hit the sell button. So this is a more accurate fill. Just the same way as if I think market's going to go up, I would right click the chart right here. I'll hit buy limit order, and I want the market to get me in exactly at this limit price. So unless it hits that price, it's not going to get me in. Right? So a limit price is more a limit buy or limit sell. It's a very precise entry. Like the price must get to that point to enter into the trade. And of course, when you do enter and you have a strategy set up, it's gonna set up your stop and your limit order based on the strategy when it hits your limit sell or your limit buy. So if it's on that limit sell, it should follow what the strategy says, which is place a stop at 80 and the take profit at 80, or place yeah, exactly. So place a stop at 80 or place a take profit at 80 based on what the strategy is programmed to. Okay. Do you have any more questions that you'd like me to go over? Okay, on TradingView. Okay, so give me a sec here. Let me pull up this. Let me sorry, one second. Let me just stop it quick. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I pulled up here. I pulled up the TradingView chart, and I'm gonna. So you want to learn how to set up your chart. Okay, so one of the things that you're gonna need once you do start, the chart pretty much comes ready to go, right? But what you do want to have is probably some indicators. So the indicators that you're gonna need is gonna be based off of your strategy, right? So if my strategy requires me to use EMAs, so what I'm gonna do is the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna choose this moving average. It's called 3 moving averages by Advent Trading. So you'll click indicators, and then you'll hit 3 moving averages, and it'll be, I have mine as a favorite, so it's the first thing that's gonna pop up, and it'll say 3 moving averages by Advent Trading. You're gonna select that one, and this indicator is gonna add 3 moving averages. Now you don't need to use all 3. You can double click on any of these EMAs, and it will open up the settings, or you can go over here to, when you add an indicator, it's gonna put it here, and you can go hit the settings here. It's the same thing. and you can toggle off the second or third EMA, but I recommend this one because it allows you to have 3 EMAs under one indicator rather than having 3 indicators, all having it being EMAs. So we have 3 indicators here. And this is also cool. You probably don't know this, but TradingView, when you only have the basic, I want to say like membership or subscription, it or the free one, right? Like the free subscription doesn't allow you more than 2 indicators. Like the volume one, it's just like it just comes with it. You get the volume indicator with it. But then I can only add 2 more on top of it. So this is why if I were to need 3 EMAs, I would have to add 3 separate EMAs. I have to go here to indicators and I have to search exponential moving average or EMAs, moving average exponential, and I have to add 3 of them. Okay, so if I take this off, so you see now I have 1, and if I go to add another one, 2, and then if I go add another one, then it says you need to upgrade your membership because you can't have no more than 3 indicators. Right? Um, no, actually 2. So I only have 2 EMAs on here. So if this is gonna save you slots for your indicator to have that triple moving average and be able to have up to 3 EMAs at the same time. So this is one of the key ones. I would recommend everyone get this one. It's EMAs are just very commonly used on strategies. It's not needed for you to trade, but it just can help identify trends a lot easier. So that's how you set up. The way you set up actually the triple EMA is you have your second and third EMA checked off, and then you can select the length of each EMA. So the first EMA is 200 length, second one is 21, and the third one is the 9. These are the ones that I commonly use. There is other ones that you can use, like the 55 or the 50. Some people use the 14. So it really all depends on your strategy. So what your strategy calls for is what you need to put here. If you have a strategy that only requires 21 EMA, then you would check off the third and the second one, and then you would just put the first one as the 21. And then you would just do it like that. And then you could go here to style, and then you can change the color of each one. So each EMA has its own color, and I already know because I've been using them for a long time. I already know my yellow one's at 200, my purple one's at 21, and then I know the blue one's at 9. Does that clear everything up? Yeah. So, like I said, the indicator is not they're not always super accurate, but they do work very well, and they just help ease finding the trend. So let's say, for example, I like to trade with the 21 EMA. So here I have the checked off the first one and the third one. And now I'm just looking to use the 21. So I'm going to trade it with the direction of the 21 EMA, meaning that if candlesticks are above the 21 EMA, are above this purple line, then I'm looking to buy the market, right? I'm looking for buying setups. If then price is trading below the EMA, then I would be looking for sell setups or for sell strategy. And if price is crossing over and over multiple times, it's crossing over the EMA, then it's letting you know we're on a clear range, and you should be waiting until market starts to follow a strong move to then trade in that direction. And that's pretty much covers that. So the triple EMA, and another one that's very good as well, and it kind of serves almost the same purpose as the EMA, is gonna be the VWAP. So if you go here to VWAP, it's volume weighted average price. You'll see as I added it, we went here, VWAP, and this one, it usually comes with all these lines like this. It usually comes like this setup. So if you do decide to use the VWAP, I recommend taking these off, unless your strategy calls to have these on. But I solely just use the main VWAP line, and it's the same as the moving average. If price is above the 21 EMA and it's above the VWAP, I'm mainly looking for price to go higher. If we're trading below the 21 and below the VWAP, then you should be looking to short. If price is crossing between both of them, you already know. Don't trade. Don't trade that. And those are the two. If I try to add another one, it won't let me. But if I were to recommend one more indicator, I would suggest adding the Smart Money Concepts by Lux Algo. And this indicator pretty much comes ready to go. You don't really have to change any settings. You can go over them if you want, and there might be some things you might want to check on, but it comes pretty much ready to go. And then you just want to, you're gonna notice that it's going to mark up these zones down here, these areas, right? It's marking up like these boxes down here, and it's showing me where there's a lot of buyers down here. It's showing me there's a lot of buyers. There's a lot of buyers. And then when I see the red boxes above, so if I pull back, I can find one. But if I change the time frame, let me see. It'll show me where there's a lot of selling. Right. So these are demand zones where there's a lot of buying. So another demand zone here. This is a supply zone where there's a lot of selling. So the way this works is basically this is where I would be looking for sells. Right. And then when price comes back to this zone, I'll be looking to buy. That's pretty much how this works. Just pretty much like support and resistance, right? You see that there's clearly support down here. You see that there was a huge strong move down from here. So it's marking the last candle, the last green candle, from the bottom of the last green candle to the top of the wick right here, and that's your order block. And what this indicator is doing is just marking that zone as a place where there might be sellers in the future. And that's pretty much all you need for indicators. I wouldn't go too, there's more indicators that are really good as well, but I think these ones that I just showed are like, they're more than enough to really to be able to find good trades. You want to watch out for indicators because you don't want to have too many. Sometimes, especially in the beginning phase of trading, people tend to add way too many indicators, 5, 6, 7, 8 different indicators, thinking that it's going to help them predict the future. Which is not the case. The more stuff you add to your chart, it can start to it can start to tell your judgment of the price action, because you're gonna have these indicators go over your candlesticks, and you're not and the candlesticks and market structures probably like one of the most important things that you need to be paying attention to. So this is why I don't like to use too many indicators. Just keep it simple, maybe one or two moving averages, um, and then maybe one other indicator to go along with it. Then you should be good to go. Other than that, that's it. You pretty much hit buy and sell. Uh, I don't have a broker with TradingView, so I can't show you how I would buy and sell and set the stop losses and the take profit. But once you get to that bridge, then we'll find some time to get on one of these lives, and then I'll have you do it on your computer, since you will be on TradingView, and then I would just guide you on how to do it. Does that sound good? Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, because like I said, I don't have a broker with TradingView, so I can't even show you how to buy and sell. I would need to have one of their brokers. So this is like a list of other brokers. So if I was trading futures, I would have a TradeAway account, and then TradeAway will then allow you to connect to your TradingView, and then you can then place your trades. I wouldn't even be sure, because I don't have a TradeAway account, but it shouldn't ask you if you have a NinjaTrader, because they're two different platforms, right? So they're both brokers. So like brokerage companies. So NinjaTrader has its own platform. It's a brokerage. You can open an account there, and then it's like two separate banks. You know what I'm saying? It's like let's say Bank of America is asking you for your Citizens Bank account. You know what I'm saying? Like it wouldn't make sense to ask you for that information, because they're kind of like they're their own bank, so they wouldn't need the other thing. But okay, so that what that might be trying to do is probably have you connect the two. Uh, I don't know what the benefit would be of that, but that's what I think it's trying to do. It's trying to see if you would like to connect the two. Yeah, so I would just stick to just, if you're creating an account, just say, and don't just say that you don't have an NinjaTrader account. And just create the TradeAway, and then through TradeAway you can come here to TradingView, and then you can go select your TradingView app, your TradeAway app brokerage, and then it'll ask you for your username and password. I had an Apex account previously that I traded. I no longer use TradingView for trading challenges, so this wouldn't even work for me. But this is what you would do. You would go here, and then you would type your username and your password, and bam, you hit connect, and you're good to go. And you should be able to start trading right away. So that's that. If you have anything else, let me know. But I don't see any more questions here on the Q&A section. So I think I got to everything and everyone. If you have anything else, feel free to let me know. See, no, we can continue to type in more questions as we move forward, and I will continue to create these short videos where I can come in here and answer questions and try to help everybody as much as I can. And I'll be posting this on YouTube as well for anybody else out there who wants to take a look at some of the things that we went over. And if anybody wants to join our Discord, it's on my YouTube. Let's see here. YouTube. Right here at Futures FFTW. This is our YouTube channel, and in here, if you go to more links, I believe there should be Instagram, TikTok, and Discord. So you can join the Discord to that link. And if you want your questions answered, you will join the Discord, and you can go here to the Q&A section, and you can just type your questions in there. And I'll be here every Wednesday going through all of those. And with that said, I appreciate you coming here and being part of this quick little video. And hopefully some of the knowledge I provided was helpful to you and can help you get going on your trading. I know you're trying to get your brokerage account set up, and you're trying to get going on your simulators accounts. Are you doing good on that, or how's that going? Okay, perfect. Perfect. All right. So yeah, just yeah, I think so. Unless you have some money tucked away in one of those accounts, I think you're paper trading for sure. Yeah, awesome, awesome. No, but it was a pleasure having you here. As always, feel free to continue to ask more questions. We're still here. I'm in this Discord every single day, so I'm very easy to reach. So it's just up to you to come in and show up and put in the work. Cualquier cosa ya tú sabes. Give me a holler. I'm around. I'm probably gonna go hit the gym myself right now too. And I'm just trying to get these games real quick. What are you working on tonight? Legs? Leg day? Every day is leg day for you. Huh? Okay. Okay. Yeah, you already know. Once you in there, you gotta lock in. Yeah. All right, so I won't take any more of your time. Let's wrap it up here, and we'll continue to push forward and continue to grow together. Uh, all right, take care. Have a great one. Bye bye.